today is the first day of the Minnesota legislative session. And it got started unlike any other in state history.
DFL House members followed through on a threat to boycott appearing at the Capitol today. And Republicans elected a new Speaker of the House despite no official quorum being declared.
Those are just a few of the unusual moves that happened in St. Paul today. Chief Political Reporter Tom Hauser's live at the Capitol now with more on what happened today and what might happen next. Tom?
Yeah, Kevin, nobody really knows what will happen next, but what we do know is that state lawmakers here in the Minnesota House made history today for all of the wrong reasons. Democrats and Republicans can't agree on what constitutes a quorum for them to make decisions into the business of the House. They failed to reach a power-sharing agreement. All of this ultimately led to a bizarre scene in the House chambers. Minnesota Secretary of State Steve Simon presided over the opening minutes of the Minnesota House as called for in state law. In a historically awkward moment, he ascended to the Speaker's chair with 67 Republicans and no Democrats in attendance for the opening floor session.
For returning members-elect, welcome back. For new members-elect, welcome to the Minnesota House of Representatives and welcome to Minnesota history.
Then Simon made history after roll call by declaring Republicans do not have a quorum to conduct business, and he quickly adjourned with no debate.
There is no quorum as required by the Constitution of the state of Minnesota.
Mr. Secretary,
the House may not conduct any further business, and the House of Representatives
Mr.
is
Secretary,
adjourned.
I move to appeal the rule.
Microphones were temporarily shut off in the chamber while Republicans protested. Eventually, Republicans got the microphones turned back on.
Mr. Secretary, the House is not adjourned. You do not have authority over the House of Representatives.
Republicans declared a quorum of 67 members out of 133 who were legally elected. They then quickly elected Representative Lisa Demuth as House Speaker.
I therefore declare Representative Lisa Demuth duly elected Speaker of the House of Representatives for the state of Minnesota for the 25-26 session.
Demuth delivered a brief speech without mentioning the dispute with Democrats or the half-empty chamber.
Today I stand before you not only as a representative, but as a Minnesotan committed to working for the people who sent us here to do the work.
District 34B, Melissa Hortman.
Former DFL House Speaker Melissa Hortman was among the Democrats who didn't attend the session to deny Republicans a quorum, which they say is 68 seats. At a news conference in Scott County, she and former DFL Majority Leader Jamie Long called the session a sham and an attempted coup.
We saw something on the floor of the Minnesota House of Representatives today that we have never seen in Minnesota history. A completely sham proceeding.
Make no mistake, what we saw today was an attempted coup.
Now, the DFLers held their news conference in Scott County to highlight a judge's decision that a special election is not needed for the seat of DFL Representative Brad Tabke, who won by a very narrow margin. Democrats say Republicans do not want to seat him anyway, so there is a dispute over that as well. Late today, Secretary of State Steve Simon said he plans to file a petition with the state Supreme Court to challenge the Republicans' decision to go ahead with a quorum of 67. He says it should be 68. Live at the state capitol, Tom Hauser, 5 Eyewitness News.
All right, fascinating. We'll see what happens next, Tom. Thank you.